Hi, my name is Rick and I'm with All-Fill's Labeling Division. Today we're going to go over the threading up or the threading of the labels onto one of our labeling heads. This particular labeling head is our Series 4 labeling head. As a standard, it can handle labels up to 6 inches wide. And what we're going to do today is just quickly go through how to put a roll of labels on. Now what makes this a great benefit is that our great benefit to aid you in putting the labels on is the fact that all of the rollers are numbered and it can be done without tools. So what I've done is a roll of pressure sensitive labels, as industry standard, should have a 3-inch core on the inside. What we do is we have 3-inch cores on here that you can see, or as you saw, I placed the roll of labels over. Now, standard roll of labels, the outside diameter is no larger than 12 inches. We also have optional larger OD unwinds that will allow you a larger label capacity. But this particular roll is a 12-inch roll on our standard unwind. So the first thing I've done is I've placed it on roller number 1, the supply roller. Now, what I want to do as soon as I can is put the top on. What that's going to do is that's going to keep this from happening as I thread the labels up. So there's a flat spot on our supply reel and there's a little plastic pin here and it's marked with a label. I'm going to line those 2 spots up, I'm going to give it a minor press, and I'm just going to twist it. As I twist it, this plastic tip is pressing into the metal and now it's locked in place. So now my roll of labels are securely on my supply reel. I'm now going to take and bring my labels in and around roller number 2. What roller number 2 does is it just helps guide the labels. You're going to see as I thread this up, there are 3 or 4 rollers that do nothing but help guide the labels. That is how you get straight and accurate label placement. You keep the label level and straight as it's going through the labeling head. That way when it's applied to the product, it's level and straight. So I've gone from number 1, my supply one, to number 2, my primary idler roller or guide roller. Number 3 is my dancing arm roller. This roller here is what gives me tension. You can see it's hard to remove the roll of labels now. Now it's a lot easier. What I've done is when I pull on this, I release a brake, which is underneath here, that allows this to spin. So I like to pull out a length of labels here that's about 1 foot. I bring it from number 3 around behind number 4. Now the label sensor itself is number 5. What the label sensor does is it's a fork sensor. The front part of it is a sender, the back part is a receiver. As the label on the liner passes through it, the sensor sees the gap between the labels and it knows that one label has been fed. So it's very important that when you thread this up, you go through the label sensor. So I've gone 1, my supply reel, 2, an idler roller, 3, my dancing arm roller that provides the tension, 4 is another idler or guide roller that helps guide through my label sensor, which is number 5. I then have a guide roller after the label sensor, which is number 6. Now at this point, once again, I'll pull out about 1 foot of labels or so, and then I'll take them and wrap them around the peel plate. Now there is a little tension plate here. What the tension plate does is it's over top of the peel plate and it makes sure the labels are flat as they go across the peel plate. Once again, that's done to help the label dispense more accurately. That's the goal here, is not just to get the label onto the bottle, but get it onto the bottle or product in the correct location, wrinkle and bubble free. So now I've gone from my supply reel, my idler roller, my dancing arm roller, through 2 more idler rollers, my label sensor. I've come around my peel plate and peel tip, and I'm now at roller number 8. What roller number 8 does, and it's probably hard to see from this angle, but what roller number 8 does is it keeps the label web, which is going out towards the product, and the label web, which is coming back from the product, it keeps them from contacting each other. It puts a space in there because if they rubbed against each other, the friction would actually help the liner it would heat up the liner and cause it to break. So I'm going to pull my labels through here. Now I'm going to go around number 8. My drive roller is number 9. And the drive roller does exactly what it says. This particular labeling head is a stepper-driven labeling head, or it's driven by a stepping motor. The motor's in the middle of the labeling head. It has a belt that connects it to a drive roller and a belt that connects it to the rewind. So whenever the labeling head is triggered, either by pressing the jog button or by triggering the product sensor, this motor turns on, causing the drive roller to turn. The drive roller will turn and dispense a label, and how it knows that it's dispensed one label is by the gap in the label sensor. So I've label sensor around the peel plate, threaded over top of the drive roller. There's a handle here. It says open and it has an arrow pointing that way. So if I press this way, what it does is it opens the drive roller and nip roller, allowing me to put the label web in between. Now I simply take my label web, I pull my rewind pin out of the rewind hub, I place it in there, I give it a quick little turn, and I'm done. Just a quick recap on it. We start with number 1, our supply reel. We go through an idler or guide roller. Number 3 is our dancing arm roller that provides the tension. 4 and 6 are just more guide rollers to keep the web straight as it goes through. Number 5, our label sensor. Label sensor is critical to the process. That's what lets the machine know it's dispensed one label. It's also responsible for getting accurate stop-start placement at the peel tip. We come around the peel plate, the peel tip. We come back here, we go around the drive roller, behind the nip roller, onto the rewind assembly. Once again, I'm Rick. I'm with All-FillInc Labeling Division, and I hope that helps.